Yo, what's up? Stick Up Motorsports here. How all y'all been? So, I'm making a quick video. I haven't posted a video in probably 6, 7, maybe even 8 months. Happy New Year. 2021 is here. I'm in the S4, as you can see. This is not my GoPro, so this is my cell phone, and I figured, based on some people hitting me up recently, let me just post a quick video, tell y'all what I'm up to. So, hope everybody is safe. That's first and foremost. This is a new year, a lot of changes happening, and I hope everyone's dealing with the transition based on whatever you're dealing with. I'm not in the office yet. I'm still working from home and for the foreseeable future, and it's not a big bother to me at all having 2 little kids. It's been a joy and I'm blessed. But anyway, S4, driving the car. Let me put this in automatic. Let me see. I bought the car in June of 2019, so it's approaching 2 years now. In about 5 months. Wow. It's going to be 2 years I've had this car. That's insane. But anyway, this car has been a joy. I just, I'm going to doing some errands, picking up some stuff, and I'm gunning it right here on the highway. Wow. This thing is not even like close to the point where I'm getting sick of it or think I'm maxing it out like, previous vehicles. There's so much left to do. I have like nothing done. Let me summarize that. I've done nothing since the last video I posted. But I can tell you a few things that I have planned now that we're in 2021, and it's tuning or JB4. There is 2 to 3 people that are selling a JB4 right now that I'm considering potentially purchasing. But at this point, JB4, or am I gonna tune it? If I'm gonna tune it, EPL or APR, one or the other. Either way, I'm sure I'll be pleased based on everything I've read. This car gets even faster and more impressive when you throw a real tune on it, even though I've seen ridiculous results from just a JB4 in map 3, however those guys run it. That's something to look forward to. Catback exhaust, I am 100% this year guaranteed getting the AWE track exhaust. Non-resonated. I love my exhaust loud. If you remember my old car, the Q50 was stupid loud, like stupid loud. And I wouldn't mind having this loud as well, even though I don't think it'll compare, but it's still gonna be loud and we're gonna hear some more noises. Either way, the intake, obviously, that's been in here for over a year now, has been great. I haven't changed the filter because, quite frankly, I haven't put any miles on it. This car's been sitting in my garage doing nothing for the better part of a year. But yeah, everything in the car is working phenomenal. There's no issues at all. I just got the 30,000 mile service, even though, it's at 27K. Like, I didn't even need to get it serviced, but I did do it because I wanted to get the new oil, get the oil out. I've been doing a lot of other things in this pandemic. You tend to gravitate towards things that are convenient for you and serve your interests, given that you might have more spare time than you're used to, and not having to get up in the morning, get changed, get in a suit, drive to and from work, go to meetings, go to aftermarket, feel like I'm at work still, after work, festivities, none of that. So now that you have time, and I'm an insomniac, I just can't sleep, period. So with a lot of that time, I've been preoccupied doing other things, which I'm going to talk about here at some point. But anyway, to my car guys out there, to my S4 guys, just people that follow me from a car perspective in the real world, which I'll get to more in detail later. The car's been great. I've had it for a while and I love it. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not upgrading. The RS6 is extremely tempting. Even the S6 is tempting, but no, there is too much left to do with this thing. I gotta get this back on the track, and I need to kill some lap times. That's what I need to do. This car is so nimble, so quick. It has just an unbelievable amount of agility. It's direct. When I'm pointing this at an apex, it's going into the apex and coming out exactly how I want it. It's unbelievable. I can't speak more highly about this car. And the way I have it equipped as Prestige, I probably wouldn't have it any other way, especially with the sport package that is a part of it. I feel that differential. I feel it because I be gunning it into some corners, thinking that sometimes, as long as it's safe and there's no cars around, I might take an apex and give it a shot. Treat it like a track. But anyway, car's been awesome. Car's been great. Can't speak higher that for the B9 platform S4. And wow, I just can't believe it's taken me this long to get Audi and get into this whole European thing. You know, been JDM forever. Will be back to JDM. Will get a sidecar at some point, which I am pretty confident will be JDM. But I am loving this goddamn thing. This turbo. Just, I don't know if you can hear anything. I got the windows down, but it's unbelievable. It's literally just look at this thing. It's just, I'm taking a corner to my house like an apex. I need to stop doing that. But this thing is just phenomenal. Just look at this thing. It's beautiful. It hasn't, you know, this car is, you know, almost 2 years old now, and it has not gotten older. Doesn't look like an older car. You know what I mean? It's aged extremely well. There's still cars, you know, 2021 that are coming out that just got a virtual cockpit. You know, this has been out for years in the Audi game. And let me open my garage. I've been preoccupied with some other things. So as I open the garage to my house, I think that's a good segue to what I've been preoccupied with.
Of course, this is my at-home setup. So because of the pandemic and the, you know, stay-at-home orders, I had to quickly create a setup that I could work efficiently in my line of business. So, you know, working from home, I need screens to access certain information, etc. I needed that setup. So as you can see on the left-hand side here, that was exactly what I created. It's and I know, you know, for my car enthusiasts here, you probably have no interest in specs, but a lot of people care. So in case you do care, the only thing that matters here is that the middle monitor is Omen. I think it's the 27-inch. It's 165 hertz. It has NVIDIA. You know, it does have the G-Sync for NVIDIA, and it's superb. It's changed how I interact with the computer. I'll say that much. So anyway, that's primarily my primary screen, and then the left screen, right screen is just for extra data. Top screen typically for monitoring. While I'm at work, it has a whole different look with 4 different purposes. But you know, just casually here, that's my setup, and it's a stand-up desk. So I'll click the button here so you can see. But obviously, you know, it does go up. When I'm working, I'm on the phone a lot. When I'm on the phone, I tend to do a lot of moving around, whether it's walking around or with my hands. So I enjoy, plus it's, you know, it's good for you to be able to stand while you work. But anyway, that's why you see this ridiculous amount of wires, which I'll get to in a second. But that's why you see all those wires, because to go up and down, the wires need to be hanging loosely enough so there's no tangling or catching of the cords, etc. But anyway, that's my setup at home. This is what powers basically everything that I do. And if you care to see the rig, that's the rig. Want to know the specs? Nothing special. i7 7700 GTX 3080. I did get my hands on one in November. And I don't think you care for the rest of the specs. You know, there's obviously NVMe. You know, the RAM is 32 gigs, I believe. So whatever, it does the job. I'll say that much. But later this year, I will be building a new setup to kind of push out the max of some things I'm about to show you. But anyway, that's my setup when I'm working or when I'm just doing casual things. And then over here, this is for my car guys, this is what I'm doing. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? And obviously, you know, there's pedals. The lighting here is absolutely trash, so I've got to work on that. I'll get some lighting for the next time I do any video down here, but you can't see anything. But there's pedals there. In case you're wondering and you do know sim racing, the pedals are the Fanatec CSL Elite. It does have the low cell brakes. I did get the load cell, and I can tell you, just again, for the car guys out there, load cell is totally worth it for your pedals. Probably the most important thing when it comes to sim racing is your pedals and braking, and CSL Elite has been great to me. The Fanatec base, obviously, this is again the CSL Elite package, and the wheel, I gotta get some lighting on here. So here's the, how do you do this? Here's the wheel. It's the Formula wheel from Fanatec. Got the LCD little screen right there for adjusting your settings. Paddle shifters, of course. This is an awesome, unbelievable setup here. And, you know, obviously I've looked at the likes of Thrustmaster, Logitech, etc., and this one was just so perfect. And I just got into sim racing around August. That's when I really jumped in. But this is the setup I went for. And for the seating, for the actual cockpit or rig, it's Next Level Racing, and it's the FGT. It's for, you know, it's supposed to be catered for people that do Formula One racing style, which is typically a different, you know, you're sitting in the car differently. And for people that have do a lot of GT racing, obviously the traditional layout here, which is what I currently have. As far as what I do, mainly GT racing. I do Formula here and there, but as you can see over here, which is the last part of what I'm going to show you on this rig, is the HP Reverb G2, which has basically changed my life when it comes to sim racing. So anyway, let me give you some background. I got into sim racing again towards the end of the summer. I ordered the parts from Fanatec. There was a delay, of course, because of the pandemic, and when I got it, I put it all together. At first, it was on this table. I had a mount right here, and I had the pedals down here, and it was good. It did the job, but I was moving around a lot, you know, being on this chair. It would just, every time you hit the brakes hard, you would just fly back. So it wasn't good long term, and what I ended up doing, of course, was getting this cockpit. But that's how I got in. I got the cockpit, got that assembled, you know, all of this. That was basically plug and play with all of these pieces as far as compatibility, and it's been working flawless ever since. So don't pay attention to this monitor. When I first started sim racing, I was using this monitor. I didn't obviously have VR or got into VR yet, and it was good. This is a 4K monitor, 60 hertz, nothing special, but it did the job for the games I was playing at the time, which was like, you know, Forza originally, games that looked good. Now it's completely different, which I'll get to in a second. But anyway, that's what I was using that screen for. Right now it has no use whatsoever besides lighting, if I need it, which right now it's providing probably the only lighting we see. But anyway, pay no attention to that. So this headset right here, let me take you through a background of my VR. So I did the screen originally. It was good. It was okay, but I wanted something better. And I was looking at triples, and I figured before I jumped the gun on triples, because I would get the best monitors possible for this setup, which could cost, you know, a lot of money. What I ended up doing instead was, let me try the VR setup. So I tried, my brother had a Rift S, so I tried the Rift S, and then I also tried the Quest 2, which I purchased at launch. At launch, it was okay. It wasn't that great for sim racing. Then they did come out with a upgrade, a firmware update where it provided you with 90 hertz. Since then, it was, when that came out, it was amazing. It was really, really good. High resolution, because the Quest 2 has the lenses that provide you with that level of, you know, resolution, which was much higher than most of them out there as far as VR headsets and lenses. Then, you know, HP Reverb G2, it's been well appraised. People were pre-ordering it left and right. There's been a huge delay as far as shipping and people getting them. This is the funny story about me. I pre-ordered it at the end of November, early December, and never got an update. Just kept on getting told, you know, in a couple weeks. Luckily, I got a hint from somebody, actually on Reddit, I think it was, that said, hey, look, try this link. I tried the link. It took me directly to HP's website, and I was able to order it with 3-day shipping, which there's a lot of people still complaining they still can't get their hands on them. And the link I tried just to try to replicate it today, and it doesn't show that it's able to be ordered and come in 3 days. So I might have got lucky. I might have went at the right time, but this thing came in 3 days, and it's again changed my sim racing experience. So the resolution is unbelievable. It's phenomenal. It's so clear. The sweet spot is gorgeous. The colors are vibrant. There's no flaw to this VR headset. And of course, I'm not running it on max settings with my rig, which is pretty damn good. It's still not going to push this to the max of what it's capable to do. I probably need to upgrade my processor and other, type of peripherals. But the way it stands now, I'm able to crank this out at 100% resolution. So nothing above and beyond, but nothing, lower than that, just native resolution. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's obviously, very, very high resolution. So the colors, I just did a race just now before I did this video. It was so immersive. Let me show you one thing else. Obviously you see the controller here. I have a butt kicker, which is basically, it gives you more vibrations and sounds, basically a subwoofer. On this rig, actually, it's amazing. It actually has a mount for the butt kicker right there at the bottom, so you don't even gotta custom fab anything. It's basically plug and play. And there's if you can see it, that's the amp right there. So anyway, this is what's been taking up, most of my spare time that I was referring to before in the other video. Games that I play currently, so I don't play Forza anymore. That doesn't even have VR. I primarily, exclusively only play sim racing on VR now because of how amazing it is. But anyway, the games I play is iRacing. That's my primary game for the most part. I do oval racing and obviously, regular road courses. But iRacing, another game I play is Assetto Corsa, Competizione, and Assetto Corsa, the normal one. Both of them are amazing and they look gorgeous on this headset. ACC, obviously you got to turn down the settings. That game is just not optimized for VR, but it does look pretty damn good and much better than the Quest 2 and the Rift S in my opinion. AMS2, which is Automobilista 2, runs fantastic on this headset. But I also must say, AMS2 ran really good on the Quest 2 and the Rift S as well. So it ran pretty good here, but obviously on this headset it's even better. But AMS2 is another game I play. That's primarily what I really utilize. I don't play much other games outside of that. I used to play F1 2020 and like I said, Forza games like that. But now I'm mainly focused on more of the competitive real sim type of style. And there's a few other games I got to try. The name's escaping me, but there's a few. R Factor, there you go. R Factor is another one I haven't tried yet. Project Cars, none of those I haven't tried, but iRacing's keeping me busy, and it's amazing. It's an expensive game. You got to pay sub, monthly, and you got to pay for all the cars and the tracks that you choose to use, and it is time consuming, but I love it. The community is huge and growing, and that's primarily why I stay on it. But I'll give more video later on individual parts, my setup, how I play, more about this Reverb, which is basically the reason why I'm doing this video, because it's so damn good. I want to make sure y'all know, if you're VR racing, this is worth the upgrade if your PC can run it. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That's all I have for you. This is what I'm doing on my spare time when I'm not with the kiddos, not spending time with my wife, or working. I'm sim racing for the most part. So anyway, if you guys have questions, definitely shoot me a message, leave a comment, whatever works for you. But this is my setup, and just as far as the basement, this is going to be finished. With the pandemic, obviously I haven't had people come out to actually check it out, to actually get the permits done, and an electrician needs to come here and wire everything. That's in the works, and that'll be done definitely this year. So this will look a lot prettier and look a lot more official. But right now it's obviously a kid's pen. My two kids spend a lot of time down here, so that's their little play pen. And then obviously my rig and my gaming setup, if you will, right over here. So anyway, hopefully in the next 6 months this will look a lot prettier. You will not see wires, everything will be hidden. And let me put this desk back down.